What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Guys, around this year, it's a very exciting time for me because it is the NFL draft. And for those of us who love the National Football League, we want to see who our team is going to draft and develop. And we never know how these players are going to turn out. But a few things happened this year. And one was A.J. Brown, the receiver for the Tennessee Titans. I hate the guy because he killed us on Christmas Eve against the 49ers. But he was traded to the Philadelphia Eagles. And the Tennessee Titans decided to take a wide receiver by the name of Treylon Burks. And for those of you who watch the SEC, which is a very, very competitive league, he played at the University of Arkansas. My God, the guy was killing it. And, you know, he's expected to do very, very well with that system out there in Nashville and the Tennessee Titans organization. But we can kind of, look at what goes on in the first round. We can see who's there at these players' homes, okay? And when their name is called, there's camera equipment that's going to be there, and we can see the family and their reactions. And what we find out from a lot of black players is that many of the top guys have white women with them. They have white girlfriends. Almost every year, you see it. African-American wide receivers, first-round players, a lot of white women. Treylon Burks had a lot of them around him. And many ladies are upset, right? Like, so many white ladies being there, and you had people saying that, he had snow bunnies around him. He's the milkman. And, the milkman, yeah, that's him. And, you have some black men who are upset. You have some black women who are upset. But the answer is, why is this? Okay. And I was explaining this to Brother George Macon on the phone the other day. We had a pretty deep conversation. Now, for myself, I'm an African-American man who really, really, really loves our people. I love our women. But however, I can remember the days in which I was coming up. I was, very skinny, big nose, flat top. And, I was a funny kid, but I wasn't necessarily the most coolest guy in the class. That went to guys like, shout out to my boy Ontario Smith, who played running back for the Minnesota Vikings for a few years. Guys like him. And so when I went to college and ended up going into, the predominantly white institutions are PWIs, when I went to, let's say, Sacramento State University, what I found out was the women who were more likely to interact with you on a positive level were the Caucasian women. Now, we did have black women in the sciences. We had some nice looking ones, some ones that went to dental school right after college, medical school right after college, and things like that. But I noticed that many of them had the same dating preferences as some of the ladies in my neighborhood. So some of them will be dating, the guys that were in athletics, maybe. But the majority of them had boyfriends that were not even in college. Some of these guys could have been rappers or in the streets. So these are the kind of dudes that they were dealing with. And guys like myself, I had some other buddies that were, in the same major, in the same field. Those guys, and even guys like myself, we got more attention from non-black women. Okay, so if you're in organic chemistry, you're taking statistics, you're taking calculus, the women that you're interacting with are white. And that's why like 80% of my friends that went to predominantly white institutions, except for like maybe one or two of them, are with white women. Now, and I want to talk about Treylon Burks. Now, he's an athlete, and obviously there's some black women at the University of Arkansas. But I can also tell you that a lot of those black women don't want to put themselves in a position to meet guys like this sometimes. A lot of black women, they may like you, but they may be a little bit more standoffish. And the white women are going to be more eager to compete for you. They're going to be the ones that will speak to you. they'll be the, black woman, she's not gonna, speak first or anything. You may go talk to her. She may be a little bit standoffish, but the white woman that's in your class, definitely is gonna speak, usually, or be more, they're not gonna have that same attitude as some sisters will have. And so as time goes on, sisters in college will feel like, hey, I'm the prize. If I'm trying to go through school right now, I'll get a dude whenever I get a dude. I'm worried about this. I'm worried about getting getting my degree, getting to medical school, and God will send me a man at the right time. Whereas the white women or non-black women that are in school, they've been taught to let me pursue a guy right now. So when I finish college and I get to where I'm trying to go, I'm going to attach myself to a man that has these good qualities. And I'm not saying that black women don't do that. I'm just saying that because some of them come from environments where there is no father and no father in the household, they're not so adamant about pursuing it right away. So at these predominantly white institutions, even though they see these black athletes, they may not be able to pick up on the fact that this guy may go to the NFL, that this guy is doing very well, or put themselves in a position to meet this guy. And these white women are doing it. Like, they'll start cooking, cleaning, and things like that. There was a story where this one white woman, she's waking up at 6 a.m. to cook for her guy. It's just not in most women's nature in the black community of today to feel like they need to do that. You ask the modern sister, would you get up at 6 a.m. to cook for your man? And you're probably going to be getting hit with a hell nah, right? And I'm not saying that all of them won't do that, because some maybe will do that. But in my honest opinion, I believe the women of other cultures are more likely to do that. And so when you're a black man and you've used to been dealing with black women, and you go to the a predominantly white institution, and you're getting, a lot more what you believe is femininity, and a lot more situations where women are willing to work with you, it's going to be hard to go back to black women when, these white women are coming up with so much, in your opinion, to offer them. And a lot of the black women out there will be like, well, listen, this is what I have. And if you don't like it, you can kick rocks. And it's not until later those black women feel like, wow, I'm 35 and I still don't have anything. And you have these black dudes who are getting with, these other women of other races, or even from women from other cultures. Let's just say, if you're a black man, you're highly performing, it might not be uncommon for you to be able to access an Ethiopian young lady, or a woman from Africa that's been trained a different way, or Afro-Latina. That woman is going to be a little bit more traditional. And so when you see these black men that are coming into the NFL, like Treylon Burks, those white women have already selected these guys. And, like Dak Prescott is another example. And I know what I'm going to hear. Well, these women only want them for their money. They don't really care about them. Let's just be real. All women want men for their money. I don't care if you want to use the same argument for how old he is or whatever. All women want you for what you can do for them. There's no woman that's like, oh, I want this guy and he don't have to ever do anything for me. Like, no woman would really think like that. You may be attracted to the guy, but if you spending your time and you're giving him your energy, you want him to do something for him. So what we're seeing is a lack of a willingness to compete for these black men, and these other races of women are going to do that more aggressively. And when that happens, all of a sudden, a lot of sisters are going to be upset. And this is exactly what you see happening all the time. This is not uncommon. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains all-time high. I'm out.